So I think I'd like to do something with this. When I see the when I stand back and look at the painting in its entirety, I see a clump of foliage and a blob, a clump of foliage and a blob, a clump of foliage and a blob. Now I've pushed this one around the back side of the trunk, but I still have those three. What I also don't mind doing is, because this goes up and this goes up, I don't mind if we have an indicated or suggested line coming down to oppose it. I could strengthen that line by removing this. And I think that also I would like to introduce more of this yellow, not as strong as this, but some of these colors maybe, over to the left a bit. So I'm going to steal. No, I can't steal. Stealing is wrong. But I'm going to take some. I'm going to mix a little bit of paint here. And make up some of this greenish that I have. And let's see if we can okay. I'm going to cut up into this. I'm going to cut across there. And I'm going to undercut it just like that. And I think that's maybe all the green I'll put in there for the most part. You know, this trunk is still, it needs a few touches here and there, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'm more looking at the broad spectrum of things here. You know, looking at the painting as a whole. I know you can't see the painting as a whole right now as I'm working on this. I'm just zeroed in on this spot, but yeah, I think it's a good idea for me to extend these yellows a little bit along the bottom at least. Okay, I think that's the right idea. So I don't mind, you know, turning what was a branch coming off of this tree into the bottom of it just appearing as part of an irregularity on this little sort of horizon. Bit of a sort of a you know, where the grassy field drops down, and on the other side you see the bush rise up. You know, it's lowering, the ground is dropping down behind this a little bit. We'll see how that goes, because of course I have not started to paint this this closer area. One of my subscribers, David Mercer, I think you had mentioned that some of this almost looks like a fire, like a forest fire starting to rise up, you know, crackling away. And yeah, you know, it does, certainly. I mean, I haven't qualified it because the foreground hasn't been painted yet. But I like that sense of drama, you know. I know what you're saying, and I agree completely with you. It has that look to it. Gonna cut into that a little bit. Yeah. Loading the knife. Putting the stroke on. Wiping the knife off. Loading the knife. Putting the stroke on. Wiping the knife off. Okay, maybe we'll just leave that for the moment. I think that's a big improvement. Stand up and have a peek. Yeah, I think that's what we should be doing. So just as in the left-hand side of the painting, I'm going to take similar greens, which are, well, they're pretty warm actually. And right now I'm just going to try to establish the shapes with my knife here of these trees. And just put in a few strokes to shape the background. I think I'm doing the right thing. Oh, that's a very thick limb. Let's just make it about that, a little bit less. And I know that the left-hand side of the painting is not in frame right now, but let me just explain to you my plan here. The left-hand side of the painting, I worked with similar colors to what I'm working with right now, but I blended them slowly into oranges and yellows. On this side of the painting, my plan is to blend them into, well, going more red, actually. Yeah, see here? Yeah, okay, there we go. This is going to go from these colors, warmish greens, into slowly purples, and then into some red. Just some light catching this red bush. You know, it's a lower, different type of bush. I'm gonna say sumac because I'm really thinking of again the Algonquin region in Ontario and Canada. So that's the plan, you know, for whatever it's worth. We'll see how it works out. And I probably shouldn't stay this dark all the way down because I'm going to need to. I would like light coming, spilling across this foreground here, and I don't want it to appear too much lighter than that. But we'll see. I'm constantly saying we'll see because I personally don't always know how things are going to work out. And I'm sure you could ask any painter the same question. Do you know exactly how it's going to work out? And I guarantee you not one of them would say, oh yeah, of course I know. And if they do, then if they do say that, then I really would sort of question how much experience they have. I know that I myself have said in the past, oh no, I'm sure what I'm going to do here. I'm pretty confident in myself. But you know, I'm old and grumpy now, right? So I'm less sure of myself. Okay, now I'm not going to go all the way down just yet. So what I'm going to do, as I usually do, is I'm just going to clean any ridges off of these areas. Actually, this is a very tiny, tender tree on the edge. I'm not even sure if that's going to stay. Nope, not going to stay. Okay, let's play with that, see how it works out. Well, we have our bushes in the background. They're in place. I don't know that they're finished, but they're so close to finished that even if the paint gets a skin on it, it's okay. I can just, lay in a few touches. I'm tempted to put some of this value, this higher value, in behind this bush as well. But I'm going to wait. Not important enough to tackle just yet. These trunks in the background, I'm leaving them for now. In fact, most of the trunks in the painting will likely have to wait until near the very end of the painting before I put them in. I had a very straight line here to start with, which I do like to start with. If you're going to have a bit of a sort of a clearing or a flat spot or what have you. And now I've bent it a bit, and for a while, this was very straight here, and then it took on a bit of structure here. This started to look very straight, so I dipped it a little bit. In this particular case, had I left it perfectly straight, it would seem like a very cold transition between here and here. So I dipped it. It's kind of like a friendly smile, See the smile? It's very gentle. Oh, let's see. Yep. Okay, we have our red bush in. It's in the shade. You know, we have just over that hill. There's a shadow being cast, and that lays that more in the shade. And then as we come closer, we come back into a little more sunlight. You know, splashing across this prairie area, or I should say, it's not prairie. It's what a little clearing. Yeah, I guess that for the moment that's it. I will probably carry on with it tonight, but I won't put a video up until tomorrow. So I should probably say to you, Happy St. Patty's Day to ya. Anyway, I'll see you Saturday, and then I'll be getting into this. Well, I suppose I should start on the next tier here. So what I'm going to do, and I'm not sure it's going to work very well, but I'm going to pick up some of the colors from here. Well, no, not literally, but I'm going to use similar colors from there to begin introducing the foreground here. Excuse me. I have a runny nose. Sorry, no runny nose button here. No cough button, none of that stuff. So just establishing that this line is in front of that line on the left hand side, because I think I want more of my strength over on the right hand side, or a higher value over on the right hand side. Okay. I'm being a little bit cowardly now, cheap with paint. Now I suppose I should start raising my values as I move to the right here. You know, getting closer to matching what's just over this little rise. There, let's. I'm using raw umber right now, raw umber and yellow ochre, and because there's raw umber in it, it will be dry in only a few hours, so I need to kind of commit to getting this sliver right anyway. Just a little nodule sticking out of that tree. Okay, that's a bit messy. Which I suppose is okay, but yeah, that goes greener, indicates a bit of a rise and a drop behind it. Now let's keep getting lighter. Throw that into the pile. It's contaminated with raw umber. Contaminated is not a nice word, but the fact is that it's got a little raw umber left in it. And that's okay. It allows me to gradually move. To warmer and more yellow ochre, you know, as we move to the right. Have I still got you? Are we still in frame? Let's see here. Oh yeah, I can do that. I'll still get away with that for a bit. Now suddenly my knife has too much paint on it. Of course. I'm sorry, I know this is probably kind of boring for you, but I'm just doing some very, finicky strokes right now. And that's when I stop breathing. Good. You can see I'm becoming cowardly now. I have to stop that. Okay, straight yellow ochre now. Just a little bit. This little pyramid here, let's get rid of that. That's just silly. Okay. Yellow ochre, and we're just going to add a hint of white to it now. And I'm going through toilet paper like crazy because I am cleaning my knife blade off so regularly. let's bring in a bit of raw umber again and use it to weaken this line ever so slightly. I want that line there because I certainly want some definition as to where that as to where this little hill ends and dips down. But I don't want it too strong. Okay, I think that'll probably serve okay. Okay, I have to back up. Okay. It actually looks kind of weak right now. But I think that once we move into this area, and move certainly into this area, it'll pick up the strength again. And these trunks and stumps will intersect it in a strong enough way that I don't think it's going to be a problem. Okay, so let's just take a little bit of yellow ochre, mix it with some white, and begin to show our strength. Be a little bit bold now. I don't want too many strokes going horizontally. There's no harm in a little bit of that, but I'll be a little bit careful. Just have a tiny bit of cadmium yellow pale in there as well. There's always a little bit of junk in the paint, always at the wrong time. Always at the wrong time. Okay, well, now I'm getting paint on my hands, which I guess is okay, as long as I'm getting some paint on the canvas as well. Alright, I'm going to have to be a little more careful here. I know it's a bit distant, but it's the focal area, so this has to be well done. So I'll just keep playing. Well, I really messed this up. Let me just move the camera a little bit, just a little bit. I'll back it up. Okay, that's probably all I need to do. So I came into my focal area, or just below it, with some very high values a minute ago, and that made it very difficult to qualify this as partly in the shade. And it was weak, is what it came down to. you know, high value but low chroma. So I think what I'll probably do is brighten this bush a little bit and keep this line a little darker. Maybe make these tree trunks a little bit of a silhouette against that bush, you know? And then pick up the light here again a little. And then really pick it up down here. Just to, I don't know, it just, you know, this intense light against more intense light. No, wasn't going to do it. Anyway, I really screwed up. I know how to go about fixing it, but now it's really wet paint, and I, you know, especially with the knife, and certainly in the focal area, I do not want to paint wet in wet, because that makes for weaker strokes. It's just a bad idea. You're looking for trouble. It's too bad. I was hoping to have a good Saturday video, you know, getting this whole area sort of covered. So I'm not sure that's going to happen. But that's life, and that's just how it goes. So we will talk to you soon, or not. I just realized tonight that it's spring break for a lot of areas too. So anyway, I'll talk to you later. It's a frustrated, grumpy artist being grumpy and frustrated. Talk to you soon. Okay, I guess I'll show you. That's what we've got so far. Okay, see ya.